I am so glad you clicked on this video to join me for another round of Dollar Tree hacks. Every single time I do these on my channel, they are such a hit. So we're headed back to Dollar Tree. We're grabbing a ton of new products, and I promise you after today's video, you won't look at some of these items the same way ever again. You're watching Whiskey and Whit. My name is Whitney, and a huge thank you to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video and supporting Whiskey and Whit. Another huge support for me, you guys know my craft buddies. Thanks for coming back each and every week to DIY with me. If you want to join us and not miss a future video, just hit subscribe down below. Then that way YouTube will let you know every time I post a video. Now, I've got so many hacks to share today, so let's get right into it.
Up first, we're grabbing one of these over-the-cabinet towel bars that you can find in the laundry aisle, and instead of using them for towels, we're going to do something else. We're going to easily pop it apart with just a little bit of twisting, and then we're going to put it right through the center of a paper towel roll. This is going to make it so versatile for all of the different things you've got coming up this spring and summer. Think about it. Out by the pool, put it on the fence. If you're working in your shed, it's great. You've got dirty hands for gardening. This would also be great if you do travel sports. You could just hook it onto a chair. So many different uses to keep the paper towels easy and accessible. For this next one, we are talking vinegar. Now, Dollar Tree does sell these larger containers of cleaning vinegar, which is going to be more powerful and more acidic than your regular distilled white vinegar. But if you got distilled white vinegar, you can use it for all of the vinegar hacks I'm sharing today as well. The first thing we're going to do is grab a glass cup or a glass bowl or a Pyrex for a measuring cup. We're going to fill it up and we're going to put it on the top rack of our dishwasher. Ours has been smelling a little bit musty and we are going to get it clean today. I like to run a quick 30-minute cycle and that seems to work, but if you've got a really bad odor or really set in stains, you can run a full cycle. Once it runs, it creates amazing steam and it makes it so easy to clean the dishwasher. You can also do that same hack for your microwave. Also, while I do this, I pop in my little Scrub Daddy scrubbers. I run it for 2 minutes. That is going to disinfect your scrubber. It's just going to kill some of those gross germs in there. And I'm also going to use it to get off any caked on food that has spattered in the microwave. It is such a quick and easy way to clean. I love it. Now, what if you've got some dirt and grime on the outside of your stainless steel? Well, I wanted to share this again. I shared this a couple videos back in my hacks, and this is such a winner. Grab yourself some cheap shave foam as well as a microfiber cleaning towel from Dollar Tree, and you can use it to buff out any of those water, droplets, fingerprints, all of the things on your stainless steel. I don't do this all the time, but I like to do it when people are going to come over, and with a dog and a little kid, I have so many different little pieces and fingerprints and nose prints and all the things, so it makes it a lot easier to clean it off that way. This next one is not necessarily a hack, but it is a must-grab item, and they are these fruit drink markers. Let me tell you why I love them. One, they are silicone, so you could easily throw them in the top rack of your dishwasher to clean them, and I also love the way they attach to the cups. It's just like a citrus wedge, a lemon wedge that you would put on the drink, and you can know whose drink is what. I also wanted to test it on some larger cups and they work great there too. These are a lot more versatile than wine charms because you don't have to have a wine glass to put it on there. Any cup with a rim is going to be perfect. I also like that they are fruit shaped, so you could use them with kids. There's no alcohol references, and I just think these are going to go fast. So if you see them at your store, be sure to grab them. If you don't already have a lint brush at your house, grab one the next time you're at Dollar Tree. If not, grab the one you already have. And I love to use this to get dog hair off of my light colored lampshades. It sticks like glue and it drives me nuts. I have a black lab. We love him dearly, don't love the black hair. So you can use that lint roller, get all that hair off, and it will really save your time and sanity. I can do my lampshade super quick, and it is one of my favorite cleaning hacks from Dollar Tree. We are knee-deep in party season, and nothing's worse than those disposable tablecloths blowing all over the place. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to put them on the table as you would, fold the corner back, and we're going to use some clothespins to hold it down. Now, Dollar Tree does sell these clips, but the thing is, if you're having a big party, you only get a few in a pack, and clothespins you can get a ton in one pack for $1.25. If you need to, you can go ahead and clip it, just kind of pleat it a little bit. It's going to lay nicely, and then that way you are not going to have to worry about those going flying. And then another quick hack, grab your tablecloths actually at Walmart because Dollar Tree is not the cheapest place. You can get one for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and at Walmart you can get one for 97 cents. Thank me later. I have been stocking up on these 4 packs of toothbrushes at Dollar Tree for $1.25 because I like to use them in the tracks of my windows, especially now that we're having more windows open after the winter. My window tracks are gross, so I spray it with a little bit of Lysol spray, multi-purpose cleaner, and that toothbrush is helping me get into the edges. I like that I get 4 for $1.25. It helps me get those clean, and then I just wipe it up with a paper towel. They look so much better, and nothing's worse than opening a window and seeing all that gunk, so I'm glad I took care of it. So I have one of these in my car, and I decided to put one in my husband's car as well because I never know if I'm going to be driving his car or my car, and that is some emergency cash. Now this is nice if you happen to forget your purse and you need some gas to get home, or I like to have it in case on the rare occasion that I go get my nails done, if I don't have cash to tip or cash for whatever, it is nice to have it on hand. So I just pop it in one of these Dollar Tree containers. You can use whatever container you want. I just like that it's opaque, it's not see-through, so it's not super obvious that there's money in there. I keep it in the center console, just 30 bucks, nothing crazy, but that way I've got a 20 and a 10 in case I need it. Something else that is a must-have this time of year in my car are these hot cold bags. I like that they fold flat so I can store them in the back of the car, but then if I end up grabbing something refrigerated, frozen, if I'm out getting craft supplies and I need to pick up milk or whatever, it's not going to spoil on the ride back in a hot car. If I were to go back in time and figure out where I started doing Dollar Tree hacks, like in my own life, it would probably be at the end of college, and that is where I got this one. These are the dressing containers that Dollar Tree sells, and yes, they're great for dressing in your purse, but I love them for toiletries. I like it for travel. I also like it to put little hand lotions and things in my purse. This is also great for Finn's sunscreen. You just fill them up. They've got a really wide lipped area. Fill them up, and they are great to clean because they completely come apart. So whether you're putting your specialty condiments or anything in it, it is going to clean and you can use it again next time. If you love to have fresh flowers around your house like I do, you are going to love this next hack. It's so quick and easy. You're going to need some of that distilled white vinegar, and if you have a gallon jug at home, you don't have to buy the Dollar Tree kind. Any distilled white vinegar will work, but this is the container from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use a vase, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of that distilled white vinegar. I either use a spoon or just the stem of a flower to stir it up. And the sugar is going to act as a flour food, and the vinegar is going to act as an antibacterial. And the reason I thought to do this with these flowers in particular is because when my husband bought them at the store, they were a little bit moldy. I was able to get rid of the couple pieces that were moldy, and these are going strong 5 days later. It also works really great for garden flowers, so give it a try this spring and let me know what you think.
A great hack for when I need new glasses but don't have time to do the whole song and dance at the eye doctor is to use Warby Parker. I love Warby Parker not only for myself, but I have converted a ton of friends, family, and craft buddies when they see the style and quality of these glasses, plus how affordable they are compared to what they're paying to get them from their eye doctor. Not only are the frames great quality and designed in-house to fit all different face shapes, but they're also affordable, starting at just $95 with prescription lenses. The best part, you don't even have to leave your home to find your perfect pair. It is this easy. Head to warbyparker.com/whiskeyandwit and take a 5-minute quiz. Select your 5 favorite frames from the suggestions, and they'll ship them right to your door to try for 5 days. Plus, did I mention it's completely free, including shipping, regardless of if you purchase at the end. If you find a winner like I did with these Winston frames that I wear all the time, you head back to their website and enter your unique prescription info. Those frames are going to come with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective lenses, plus a 30-day hassle-free return and exchange policy. I know you're going to love the experience of Warby Parker as much as I did. Head over to warbyparker.com/whiskeyandwit right now to take the home try-on quiz and pick 5 pairs of frames to try at home for free. That's warbyparker.com/whiskeyandwit.
This next one is for my fellow crafters who like to spray paint. I shared this in my recent mystery box challenge video, and so many of you asked, what is that contraption you're using? So you're going to need a plant little roller as well as a cookie sheet from Dollar Tree, and you're just going to stack the two together. I put my item on top of the cookie sheet to spray paint it, and then I can easily tilt it around. I like it because it is kind of like a Lazy Susan with extra trays. So once I spray that first thing, I can pick up the tray, put it on a drying blanket or rack, and then I can move on to the next thing. So I have 5 of these cookie sheets, one of the little twisty turntable things, and it works out so well. And this is just set up on my pop-up workbench with my spray paint tent so I don't get anything on anything in my garage. If you're interested in either of those, I'll link them down below. When I saw these hot and cold iPads, I was so excited. So I grabbed 2 packs, one for me to use just as puffiness reducers and then one for Finn. So I put both sets into the fridge, and you don't want to freeze these. You just want to put them in the fridge and it makes them nice and cool. I put them on my eyes when I have a migraine and it works out perfectly. But then I like to also use them as little like ice pack type things for Finn. The ice packs get a little too cool. So if he gets a boo-boo or something, I can give him this and it works really well. So if you've got kids or grandkids around, they're super cheap and they're nice to keep in there. And speaking of Finn, this is a hack that I did when we went on our recent trip to Disney World, and now I'm going to use it for so many other different things. In the Dollar Tree kids section, they have a wide variety of toys. A lot of it is junk, if I'm being totally honest, but they do have some gems in there. I found some little card games, which we're big into cards right now. I found this cute little Etch-a-Sketch, some dominoes, as well as some little Matchbox cars. They have the coolest Matchbox cars too at Dollar Tree. I also grabbed a Dollar Tree cosmetic pouch, but you could put it in whatever container you want. I've also put them in the mesh laundry bags, and we're going to create a busy bag. I load up everything in there, and then when we went to Disney, I had this in my bag, and when we were waiting in a long line or eating dinner somewhere, I was able to pull out a fun, new, inexpensive toy to keep his attention. I also like having this when we're at a restaurant, when we're on a long road trip. And then that way you only have 5 toys, so it's like nothing huge, it's taking up a ton of space, but it's a nice surprise. It's also nice for a reward if you've got a kid that's really behaving. So lots of different options for this, but Dollar Tree is a win for those cheap little toys. During a recent stroll down the office supply aisle, I found these Jot brand magnetic hooks. They come in a 2-pack for $1.25, and I thought these would be great for my craft cart. I love having extra places to add stuff because this is my command center when I'm filming videos, and I know a lot of you use these carts in smaller craft spaces. I could see them being used for a variety of different things like holding up Cricut mats, holding Cricut tools, other crafting tools, or even things like these safety glasses that I have in my craft space. And while we're at it, if you have one of these craft carts and you missed a prior video, here are some of my favorite things to buy at Dollar Tree that are so much cheaper than the accessories at the store. One being these 4-pronged hooks, because you can use them in a similar way to hold mats and things like that, scrapers, etc. And I also really like this over-the-cabinet bar holder that we used for the paper towels earlier on in the video. You do the same thing but with your transfer tape, and it keeps it nice and handy. So a couple ways to save, because those accessories at Michael's are way more expensive than $1.25. Between Finn and I, we really like the little icy pops in the summer, but he can never eat a full one, and we also don't need a bag of like 50. So I like to buy the ones from Dollar Tree because he likes the flavors, and then that way I'm not stuck with a million extras. To take it one step further, this hack has saved us because he won't eat a whole one. He only wants a half one. So to cut down on waste, before I freeze them, I fold them in half and I clip them with just an extra clothespin. It's going to create a barrier. So when you pop those into the freezer, once they're frozen, you're going to take them out and you're going to have a nice line down the center. Now, it's not going to hurt them. If you end up having a kid that would rather have a full one, then go ahead and just cut it as normal. But here I'm just chopping it down the center, and then I'm adding a paper towel because it's cold for Finn's fingers. So you just wrap it in a paper towel, call it a day, and this is a great way to enjoy these treats with less waste. Then the other half that we don't use goes into a bag, back into the freezer, and stays till next time. You can also do this with a cup if you don't want to do the clothespins. You just fold them across the edge of a cup and pop that right into your freezer. It'll do the same thing. Every spring and summer comes with a ton of get-togethers and needs for gifting, so here are a couple ideas to customize Dollar Tree bags. They are a great base for vinyl. I've shared that a ton of times before. You can just cut it out with your vinyl machine and apply it, but it's also great to either have yourself or your kids do a DIY and like paint or do it themselves. I recently showed this in my gifts video and you guys loved it. It is how to take these white bags and turn it into a cute little ruled sheet of paper. I'm just taking a blue Clicks marker. These are by Crayola and I will link them down below. They're so nice. They're like a clickable Sharpie. You do the lines down the center in blue, then we're going to do pink on the left hand side, and then you can either leave it blank or add whatever you want, like thank you to a teacher. End of year teacher gifts are so nice to just let them know that you care. And whether that's a baked good in there, you don't have to spend a ton of money, but just let teachers know they're appreciated. Also, if you've got like birthday gifts or something, this lavender is really easy to do. Same thing, clicks markers. I'm adding some just wispy green pieces, and then I'm taking one color of purple and adding these like little lilac/lavender wispies. Then I go back through with a darker purple, add some leaves to my stems and some grass at the bottom. And this is something that a kid could easily do, sign it. It would be great for grandparents, so many different options. But these bags turn out so cute, and especially at Dollar Tree, if you're doing the smaller bags, you can get 3 for $1.25 and make it over pretty quick. Another great gifting hack that I've started doing with Dollar Tree items are grabbing scarves and these bandanas to decorate gifts. So this I just wrapped in plain craft paper. You could use any color wrapping paper you want and figure out a way that you can wrap that scarf around so you can tie a bow. I wasn't able to do the around 4 sides, but I could do around 2 of them. Tied a quick bow, and this is great when you're in a bind or you know somebody likes scarves. Use the wrapping and then they can use it again. I love this lemon scarf. I think it's so cute, and this is just a fun way to add some extra pizzazz to a gift for only $1.25. In that same vein, you can wrap your gifts to create a bow with these bandanas. What I like to do is fold it corner to corner so you've got a big triangle, and then you're going to fold it again to essentially create just a skinny strip. Tuck in the end like I'm doing here, and then fold it like a cancer support awareness ribbon like I did here. We're going to grab some yarn that match, or ribbon, whatever you have that matches this bandana, and I'm going to tie the center. Then it's going to take a little bit of finessing to get our bow to look just how I want. But once I do, then I can tie it right on to this package. And this is just a cute, fun bow, especially to have these on hand if you don't have a fun ribbon that you think would add to your package. I could see this be so cute for a baby shower, wedding shower, or even just a birthday gift. And the great thing is afterwards, they can reuse the bandana. And the best thing is too, it's sustainable because they can use the bandana after they open the gift. And then to round it out, I use those same bandanas as stuffers in this basket I made for my mom for Mother's Day. I made her this fun Bloody Mary basket to kind of stock the bar for the summer season, and it really was just a nice touch. You didn't have to worry about your tissue getting crinkled. It added some nice color, and the fabric I just think was the right texture for it. I don't know about you, but here in Illinois, it is getting warmer and we need to break out the sunscreen. Now for Finn, we use this mineral brand Blue Lizard and we love it, but it's so thick to put on his face. So I've started using this Dollar Tree makeup brush. It makes it so much easier to get it where I need it on his face, and then I can use my hands to fully rub it in. I've also started doing this for myself if I'm just putting sunscreen on my face, and then I grabbed this Dollar Tree little makeup brush holder, so then that way I'm not getting suntan lotion all over the bag. For the last 2 years, I've done a dedicated summer hacks video, so you guys are going to have to let me know down below if I should bring that back, but I've got some pre-summer ones for you now. So last year, I showed how you could add some soap to a water table to really make it fun and add some extra elements while the kids are playing. I originally shared to use Dawn dish soap, and a lot of you moms said use this baby soap instead because it's mild if he gets it in his eyes. He is old enough now that he's 4 that that's not going to happen, but I did want to share it again. For younger kids, the bath soap is genius. Speaking of genius ideas, I saw these reusable water balloons from At Home with Shannon on TikTok. I will link her down below, and I had to try them out. So you're going to want sponges that don't have any scratchies on them. So these cellulose sponges are great from Dollar Tree, but don't get ones with these like bristle scrub on the edge. So when you get home, get them out of the package, and you are going to cut along the short side 2 slits to create 3 little flaps. You're going to do the same thing on the other side and make sure that you do not cut all the way through. Then once you have all of your sponges cut, we're going to take some rubber bands and we are going to attach them to create these little kind of ball shapes. I just wrapped my rubber bands around the center, and then these are good to go. They work really well as reusable water balloons. They also are good for splashing. These will be great for the pool too. And what I like is that we can do water balloon fights without having all the bits around our yard, and I worry about Sebastian eating them. So they are a perfect addition to water tables, pools, all of the things. And they might even be helpful if you've got some older kids that like water balloons because they can use them time and time again. Just squeeze them out and leave them out in the sun to dry. My last little Mr. Finn hack for this section is to grab some of these Hot Wheels tracks and some yarn. I saw this on TikTok a few different times and we decided to just try it, and it was the best thing we ever did. You can take the yarn and tie it to anything, whether that be a water table, an actual table, the side of your pool, the side of your deck, wherever you just want to do it outside. And I tied it on to the water table through these holes in the top. I just tied it in a bow so I could easily take it off. And once that piece was tied on, then we added some additional pieces of track, and then Finn had this awesome water play area. He loves experimenting to see what angles he needs to do to get the cars to go into this bucket, which we just had on hand. And I love that he is having fun, but it's also somewhat educational. We are out here just for hours and hours having a great time. So if you've got littles that like Hot Wheels cars or, you know, whatever could launch into the water, this is a really fun activity that will keep them entertained this summer.
That's going to do it for this round of hacks. As always, head down to the comments and let me know your favorite one in today's video. Which ones do you plan to implement? And while you're down there, expand the description so you can learn more about Warby Parker. You can head over to warbyparker.com/whiskeyandwit to take the home try-on quiz. You can try glasses for yourself, and also don't forget they do contacts, prescription and non-prescription lenses, as well as eye exams, so they've got you covered for all things eyes if you want to check them out down in the description. Also, if you are new and enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would hit subscribe to join the Whiskey Craft Buddies so you won't miss a future video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!